Okay, I think we're live again. I think we had a little bit of an interruption there, so I'm just going to start this again right from the top. So, look, I'm not a super technical person. I'm not good at this whole, you know, live stream internet technical stuff. So yeah, do forgive me. All right. Um, this is another lockdown live video where basically I'm just here to try and kind of keep our community together. Obviously, through this difficult time, whilst we're not able to get out and actually practice with each other. I know lots of us are doing stability and stuff like that, but I thought it'd be a great chance as well for us to do some Mitori Geiko together. So I've been doing these sort of live streams on a semi-regular basis, quite regular actually, as much as I can actually, so that we can kind of watch some Kendo together and enjoy Kendo together still, even whilst we're not in the dojo. I should be able to see your comments and everything, so bang me a comment down below. I think it should be below, but bang me a comment so I can see it and make sure that that's working. Let me know, of course, as well if any of the video or the sound or anything like that isn't clear and isn't working properly. So what we're watching today is the 48th All Japan Kendo Championships. This is from the year 2000. It's almost 20 years ago. That's crazy. But it's one of my favourite ever All Japan Championships. I love this video. I have this on DVD. I watch it all the time. It's got some of the superstars, some of my Kendo heroes are in this video from their sort of what they call Genki, or their kind of peak, their competition peak era. And it's really, really great. This video is on YouTube from the Bogan Shogun. Great channel as well. I'm going to drop it a like that, which is what you guys should be doing on all of my videos here. But go and watch it on there if you want to at some point as well. But we're going to watch it together now. And yeah, it's a really great video. So let's get into it. So they're talking about how like Eiga Sensei is in this, Eiga Naoki Sensei is in this against his rival Miyazaki Masahiro. But he seems different this year, and he's aiming for his first ever win. Anyone that's watched the A Single Blow documentary will know what that's alluding to. So is it Nihon Budokan? What a beautiful place. So here's the top 8, best 8. Some legends: Sato Hiromitsu Sensei, Eiga Naoki Sensei, Harada Satoru Sensei, Ishihara Sensei, we've got Miyazaki Sensei, Somiya Sensei, Tachibana Sensei. Tachibana Yoshito is amazing. I love his kendo. I used to practice with him in Fukuoka. He's actually my wife's senpai from high school, same high school as Sumi Sensei actually. Amazing player. He was only 25 at this. It was his first time in this Taikai, and he's already in the best 8. So here's Eiga Sensei. Look at that Borga. It looks just like a Vanguard Praetor. It's almost like it influenced the design in some way. So Eiga Sensei versus Sato Hiromitsu Sensei. Sato Hiromitsu, of course, was the world champion in Glasgow in 2012? 2013, was it? Was it then? No, it was before then. It was like 2003, wasn't it? When it was in Glasgow. 2012 was like totally different. Don't ask me to do numbers, yeah. This, of course, is before that World Championships. Before the World Championships where Eiga Sensei did that amazing katate-tsuki to win it for the Japanese national team. They're talking about how Sato Sensei is a graduate of Miyazaki Prefecture's Takachiho High School, and then to Osaka University of Sports Science, I think is the English name for it, Osaka Taiku Daigaku, and then into Osaka Police. And they're talking as well about how last year, it should be 1999, Eiga Sensei lost in the Taikai at this stage against Miyazaki Masahiro. Whoa, man, Atoichi. You gotta have perfect Ashitabaki for that sort of waza, eh? Pam. Now, Sato Sensei is quite tall, if I remember right. But, you know, Eiga Sensei is not so much. So it's interesting matchup. So I think at this point, I think that what they just said was that Eiga Sensei was the world champion, individual world champion at this point as well. Oh, I really love this time of Kendo. Jimmy, I was in Miyazaki last year. Wonderful place, Hawaii of Japan. Yeah, yeah. Miyazaki is a great place. Really nice food. Yeah, I've been there a few times. Whoa! Close to that kote. Close to that kote. Brilliant. It's amazing to think it's 20 years ago. Wow. Door. Beautiful door. I think we talked a bit about this sort of door as yesterday as well, where you know there's the really bold semi step in, encourage the man, bam, door. I can't remember if it was Kaishi door or Nuki door just now, but amazing. Brilliant. So here we've got Tachibana Yoshito Sensei on the right here, the one I was telling you about. Amazing. So Kihara Sensei here is a teacher, but Tachibana Sensei is a company worker. He works for the Kyushu Electrical Company. Martin, hi folks, hi Andy, hi Martin. Tomorrow, I just came back from Japan. I'm so glad I could train over there. I miss it. Yeah, I miss it too. I miss it a lot. I'm supposed to be there now. I was booked to be in Japan right now. Oh, that man. I'm gonna watch that one again. Man, this guy was 25 at this point. He was 25 years old. It was his first appearance in the All Japan Championships. He's a regular company worker, but pretty much. But he works for one of the best Jitsugyodan. But amazing. Yeah. I was supposed to be in Japan right now as well. I was supposed to be there, but it all got cancelled, of course. So I can't wait to get back over there and train for a bit. So here we've got Miyazaki Sensei in white, Miyazaki Masahiro versus Somiya Sensei in red. Oh, sorry, it says Fukuya. So I'm totally misreading that name. Yeah. That's why I didn't recognize it from before. Yeah. Yeah, don't ask me to read kanji either. So here's Harada Sensei, Harada Satoru Sensei. We watched a video of him the other day as well. Brilliant. Really like Harada Sensei's Kendo. Love Harada Sensei's Kendo, just so textbook, you know. Scary. Should we watch that one again? Boom, ski. Wow, amazing. Look at that, perfect. So that was the quarterfinals. Now we're going into the semis. We've got Tachibana versus Miyazaki, and we've got Harada versus Eiga. Amazing, just 4 of my favorite ever Kenshi. 4 of the best Kenshi ever. This is why this is like one of my favorite All Japan Championships videos. Hatsushio, that means first time in it. He was Yondan. He's Nanadan now, by the way. So when I lived in Fukuoka, I used to go to this Asagekwa that he used to come to sometimes. He was so good. Miyazaki Sensei is 11th time in the Taikai here. This is 11th time in it. The commentator just said there's 12 years age gap here between Tachibana and Miyazaki. So impressive. Wow, he just said that Miyazaki Sensei just had a match for 18 minutes. For Encho for 18 minutes. Wow. So in these days, the All Japan Championships quarterfinals, semifinals, sorry, were 5 minutes, whereas now it's actually 10 minutes. They've made it longer. That was relatively recent, I think, in the last 10 years or so. So the commentators are talking about how the All Japan's is always dominated by police officers, but Tachibana Sensei here is just a company worker. How impressive that is. So it's up in the corner, it says that it's 4 minutes, 40 seconds have already passed since the start of the match, because it's just a highlights video. So there's the time up. So like I say, these 5 minute matches. These days it's 10 minutes, but back in this time it was 5 minutes. So they're into Encho Ipponsho. Whoa, so close. Imagine if he'd beat Miyazaki Masahiro. That would have really shaken things up. He was known for being a strong player, though. He won. I think he won the All Japan Students Championships. He's from Doshisha University. Wow, they just said that Miyazaki Sensei was 37 years old. That's how old I'm going to be this year. Need to get some work done. Sharpen myself up. He just did a Shiai. Whoa, that men though. That's how you do Dabana men. Imagine that though. I can't imagine like I say, like I'm the same age as what Miyazaki Sensei is here, and he'd just done a match for 18 minutes, and he's gone in and he's just done another massive match and won it with Kendo. That's like that. Amazing. Jimmy, I believe the change 10 minutes due to matches becoming more defensive in nature, especially when one gets a point. It's much more difficult to defend a point when the matches are 10 minutes long compared to 5. Yeah, that's exactly why. They changed it to 10 to combat people just taking a point early on and then trying to hold on to it. If you take a point in the first 30 seconds or a minute and then you've got to hold on for another 9 minutes, it's a lot harder. So that's exactly why it changed to 10. And they've done it with a lot of other All Japan level Shiai as well. It wouldn't surprise me if they move it to the Worlds as well at some point, but it depends. They can't quite squeeze everything into the Worlds at the minute. So if they take an extra day for the Worlds, which there is sort of talk of them doing, then they might even do that. Interesting there, talking about how both Eiga and Harada have got very similar body types. They're built very much the same. So this is really a battle of the style of Kendo that they have. What a great match. I love modern Kendo, don't get me wrong, I really do, but you know, I do love modern Kendo, but there's just something about this period that just I think is just amazing. It's just like the golden age for me. This kind of match, it's just I don't know, just yeah, sure you get like Takanouchi and Hatakanaka or what have you. That's still a great matchup, but it's Eiga and Harada or Eiga and Miyazaki is. For me, it's just a bit different. Tomorrow, I'm pretty new to Kendo, but I don't see ski being practiced much in the western parts. Yeah, so outside of Japan. Oh, was that door again? I was looking away. Let's watch it again. Let me watch it again. Oh yeah, that Kaishido again. Outside of Japan, ski is really under practiced. It's really under practiced. There's this sort of idea that it's super dangerous, and it can be dangerous, but it's dangerous to the extent because it's dangerous in a way because people don't practice it. So I personally have people practice ski pretty much right from the beginning, from when they start wearing borgu or start even before that a little bit, right at the beginning, because it's one of the key elements of Kendo. So people should practice ski more, definitely. That isn't to say they should go like nuts about it, but you know, it's not about trying to spike someone's head off, but it is an important part. And that's why I've included it in the Kendo Zero to Showdown videos that I put out. You know, the actual ski strikes, I've absolutely put them in that as well. Because I do think it's super important. Whoa, there's that ski. Nearly had that ski and he tried to ski him back. That's well good. But yeah, I mean, there is this sort of thing that people talk about ski being dangerous and stuff, but I've never heard of anyone getting really that bad, you know. I think most injuries and stuff in Kendo come from like muscle injuries or muscle tears, Achilles tendon, of course. Oh, there's that Kaishido. Boom, look at that. Amazing. Or dehydration causes a lot, overheating, stuff like that, causes a lot of problems for Kendo. But I never saw or heard of anybody personally that got injured from ski. I've heard stories, or I know somebody who knew somebody's brother's mother that got hurt by it or something, but I never had it myself. We're having a bit of a recap now. Oh, there's that Kote. 18-minute encho that was. Tachibana-san. Whoa, that man. So we're recapping over Miyazaki Sensei's points. Oh, so it's saying that this is Eiga Sensei's first ever final of the All Japans. This is the quarterfinals against Sato Sensei. Wow, that Ato Ichino, man, is brilliant. Whoa, and that door. Commenters just saying about that men, that Ato Ichi men, it's like he got him right at the point after his attack missed. He kind of lost concentration. He kind of paused for a moment. Oh, and that's where Eiga Sensei, bam, hit that brilliant men. Look at that Kaishido textbook. So final. Miyazaki Masahiro and Eiga Naoki. This is just like one of the best finals of all time. Best matches of all time. Miyazaki on the left, Eiga on the right. Can't imagine the sort of pressure. Just can't imagine it. And being under that pressure to lose as well, I can't imagine that. Wow. Don't forget, both of these guys would have been on the Japanese team at about the same time, and like in this year 2000, there was a World Championships in the USA, and they would have been on the same team. So these guys would have practiced with each other a lot. Even though Miyazaki Sensei is from Kanagawa, Eiga Sensei is from Hokkaido, they would have had lots of practice together, lots of practice shiais with each other. These guys know each other's kendo inside out, and Miyazaki Sensei has the advantage of having won his match with Eiga Sensei the previous year. However, Eiga Sensei had won the World Championships earlier this very year. That's what they said earlier in the video anyway. I love Eiga Sensei's unwavering posture even now. Yeah, it's just inspirational, isn't it? Just inspirational. It's just perfect. But it's unique enough as well in its own way, isn't it? It's like instantly recognizable as Eiga Sensei. Mark, these are great, Andy. Thanks, I know. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying them. Like I said before, there's no rhyme or reason. There's no plan, no script. This is just something to try and keep us all connected, really, whilst we're all going through this together. David, yes, managed to catch the live stream. Hope you're doing well, Andy. Thanks for this. Yeah, I'm doing well. It's wish I could get in the dojo and do some kendo, but you know, this is the next best thing. So 5 minutes are up. Like I said before, this is back in the day when 5-minute matches were the thing. It's 10 minutes now. That tension. So Miyazaki Sensei is just said is aiming for his third successive victory, which is something nobody's ever done, and it would make it his 7th victory. He's already won it 6 times. 6 times. We're already 7 minutes and 20 seconds into Encho now. Whoa, there's that kote. That legendary kote. Amazing. Now, I see a lot of people, like, when I was living in Japan, I used to practice with quite a lot of high school students that tried to do this kind of waza. And they've never seen this because this is, like, before they were born. But, it wasn't before they were born, but it was, like, someone probably was, actually. Yeah, in fact, it will be. Crest is 20 years ago. Yeah, it was before they were born. Crikey. But, yeah, that kind of... men kaisi kote, or it's not really men kaisi kote, it's that kind of hikigote at that point. But you know, unless you've got the footwork locked down like Eiga Sensei has, the strike is just always too weak. But because Eiga Sensei has got his footwork locked down, his hips are engaged, bam, he can hit that strike with good tenuchi and sae. That's so hard to do with that kind of waza. Sean, you don't really expect to score launching that battery strikes. I suppose it's more looking for a breaking spirit. Yeah, so what that's about, right, when you have that... Oh, let's see what he says and then... So that's... The question was... I'll try and translate this. I might get it wrong. But he says that's your senpai that you fought lots of times. How do you feel? He said, I just tried to do my very best for every single match. Just tried to do the best to do my own kendo and keep my own way. Pretty dumb questions. Oh, that was Encho, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't really remember. Does anything stick out to you? He said so far. He said, I didn't really think about anything. Didn't think of using lots of different waza. I just tried to throw everything I had. Well, to fight him with my best energy towards Miyazaki-san, to do my best against him. So you won both the World Championships and the All Japan Championships. He said yes, but it wasn't just me. It was everybody at work. Obviously, he's a police officer, works in the Kendo team. Everybody around him, his family. He's really, really grateful. Thank you so much. Congratulations and thank you very much. And that's the end of the video. But just what I was getting back to, Sean, what you said about you don't expect to score launching that amount of strikes. I suppose it's more looking for a breaking spirit. Yeah, basically, one of the key opportunities to strike is when there's a moment of calm amongst a kind of storm or a barrage of strikes. There's a pam, 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 pam. There's going to be that break there. Pam! That's where there's going to be a chance. And that's what that kind of creates, that sort of uchiai, it's called. It's that kind of barrage of strikes from both sides. One of them, there's a chance one of them's going to have to there's going to be a break there and a chance is going to be born. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed. A bit of a longer stream than I normally do, but it was fun, and this is one of my favourite videos ever. So I thought it'd be great to watch it with you all. No rhyme or reason, no no plan, nothing like that. Just the usual hit record and start streaming. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll try and do this again more. There's a Kendo rant coming later on today as well, so keep your eyes out for that, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.